Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be in this world. This is Hedging Lee with a morning update for Bitcoin. So first of all, I am sorry for last night's video. It was late at night and I tried to make it not a public video so that everyone will view the video through the Steemit blog site, and I had made it private by mistake. I apologize, instead of unlisted. So I just fixed it now, so those of you who want to view it, the last night's video, should be working. It primarily had to do with the gbtc stock price not confirming the rise in Bitcoin. But here for the morning update, it's gotten very interesting. It got easily and right away repelled by the upper line of this broadening pattern. This upper white line. The MACD is still tracking now noticeably by about 50 points. A negative divergence with the price. Price has made a higher high. ABCDE has made a lower high. I had put here whether it will make a bearish wick. I don't know yet. It might. Quite often, I guess I would like to see a bearish wick. That would be a very good confirmatory indicator for a pathway, a price pathway like this. I'm still having this A, B, and C as a primary pathway because it touched the lower, touched the top here, touched the lower here, touched the top, touch the lower line of the broadening pattern, touch the top again, and it didn't touch here. That's why I kind of still feel this was a little bit incomplete for it to serve as wave 4. If it had touched, it would have been a retrace deep enough to represent wave 4. I don't think this is wave 5. So A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C for B. I will say this. If this pathway happens from here to here, all my bullish calls on all the altcoins are on hold or are off the table. I'll repeat. If this happens, all my altcoin bullish calls are off the table or are on hold. The reason is if Bitcoin takes this pathway, everything will follow. As I always say, Bitcoin is the moon that moves the tides in the cryptosphere ocean, and every altcoin swims in that ocean. I don't care whether you hate Bitcoin, whether you don't think Bitcoin should be in the lead, whatever. It doesn't matter what you think on that level. When Bitcoin catches a cold, or rather even sneezes, the altcoins will catch a flu. I don't know how much more clearer I can do it. Maybe I can come up with a parable. But truly I say, I think, if the pathway, with the big if, goes this way, then all my bullish calls on altcoins are on hold or are off the table. So now, this red bar, let's zoom into that red price bar on a daily scale. Oh, look at this. If you know, and I'm not an expert in the Japanese candlestick technical analysis, but I have used a little bit of it. And when I saw this red line, notice how the top of this red line is above the green body. The top of the red body is above. You can see it better this way. And then the bottom of the red body of the Japanese candle is clearly below the body, not the line, the body, green body of the prior day's candle. So once again, the top and the bottom of the body of the red candle encompasses the top and the bottom of the prior day's up candle, and that is called a bearish engulfing pattern in Japanese candlestick. So here's the didactic draw up of it. A bearish engulfing pattern has close of prior up day is up here, open is here, the range is up and down. A range for that day is from here to here, but the open and close. Now for today, for Bitcoin, the open is here, close so far is here, and this red body completely engulfs the prior day's green candle with space beyond its close point. So yes, this is considered to be a bearish reversal pattern, and it often marks the tops of a trend. And if that's true, it also then represents a change of sentiment possibly from bullish to bearish. So in an actual stock, it could look like this. It gives a reversal pattern. Here's another one. It gives a reversal pattern. Now, how big of a reversal would it be? I don't know. In this case, it wasn't that significant. But it is some level of a reversal. Now, here's the thing. The day is not over yet. This is a daily pattern. So by the end of the day, it can go right back up here, and this whole thing will be null and void. I'm only pointing it out because I'm noticing it right now. And it's something to watch throughout the day. If it closed like today, like this, then tomorrow would be another downer day. or up and then down. Now the other thing here is this daily candle has a stick region that's pretty long, and the body of the candle is more on the lower half side. So if you look at this example, if you look at this chart, the body is much more narrower than that what I showed you for Bitcoin, but it has that elongated stick on the upper side for the price. This is called a gravestone doji. It represents the ending of a trend, hence why they call it a gravestone. Opposite of that, when it's like this, if it had been like this where the price stick is very long with a small upper body, price body, this is called a hammer, so to speak, like hammering a top out. But this hammer would have to be on an uptrend to mark a top. So here we have a long upper body, smaller lower body, but it's not as small as what I just showed you. But the fact that it had this long upper body is like a gasp, last moment gasp of one more higher high, and then just losing the mojo. And they tried again. I thought with this good, better solid body, it could make it through to 1.618. Over here to 6200. It still could. But let's see how this plays out for this engulfing pattern. The MACD is starting to flatten out. The white line of the MACD is the leading line is starting to flatten out. And it would be very interesting to see how this price pattern goes. Now, here is the ABCDE pattern that I had put in. Let's clean it up a little bit. Get rid of the subwaves. Okay. And this is clearly a fail of that. It just didn't. I said last night's video, which is now on, this is crawling up on this, which is an indication that these vertical type of moves have hugely dissipated the mojo of the bulls. Now we're getting it in reverse, vertical moves down. And as I've often said, what is the first indication of a trend change? So here's ABCDE, and this fell just about where the prior peak was, right here. Went as high as 58.81. The first sign of a trend change is a 5-wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it goes a little lower, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When this was happening over here, I was counting it. 1, 2, 3, and then I realized when it was up here, I was like, no, that's an overlap. That cannot be a 4. This is a 3-wave. And that's when I had the idea of discernment of ABCDE as a pattern. This could have been overall 3 4, and we could have been seeing some kind of a truncation of the 5, let's say, but not too sure about that yet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we get a lower low here, we have a 5 wave in. And that would confirm the bearish engulfing pattern, the gravestone looking doji right here. Now, if that happens, the first support line is at around 49.57 right here. And this is about where that ascending right triangle happened, right around this region. Actually 44.95, but first support will be somewhere in this area, 49.77, and then the next line will be somewhere in this area, 47.61. And that's looking at horizontals. If you're looking at inclined support lines, yeah, so it matches. If prices come down, it'll be at around the first support of, say, 49.48, 49.82. This region. If it breaks this support line, I'm going to leave it here as a dotted line. If this support line is broken, then we're looking at something else. If that support line is broken, then we're looking somewhere in, first of all, we're looking somewhere in 44, 4300s then. If this is broken here, because of this horizontal support. Don't forget the horizontal support lines. It's not always the inclined support lines, trend lines. So it would be somewhere here. I think this today will be a very interesting day. Let's see what happens on this. And I just want to end again. If this pathway happens, all of my bullish calls on the altcoins are off. If this happens. If this support breaks, then we've got issues. To the other one here. And if prices break through this horizontal support also, then we've got serious issues. So I'm not invalidating this ABC. That's why I kept it here the whole time. I can see the leading white line of the MACD curling. This curls like a knuckle. Okay. And this might be the reason why the gbtc here's a stock chart of gbtc, Bitcoin Investment Trust. Throughout October, the last week, few days, Bitcoin was surging. And GBTC didn't track it, follow it. just like it did here in the prior high when I was 1050. Crashed with it, and it didn't go. And this, I have been keeping my one eye on this. I was actually looking for an entry on this to ladder in. I'm thinking if it's not following, that bothers me. It was declining. It went down from 697 to 625 while Bitcoin was going vertical. And this is what I covered in last night's video. And this kind of divergence is not bullish. And then I tried to make an excuse for it, saying, okay, let's see if we can draw a line here and get an ascending right triangle, and that didn't work out. So here we might be looking at ABC for A, B, A, B, C, and then we'll take a decline to around, say 450, 447 maybe. It'll certainly, I mean, this isn't, if this starts going up but Bitcoin goes down, oh, then that's a good sign for Bitcoin. That's a positive divergence. That could happen too. So let's keep an eye on this. The ticker symbol for this is gbtc. Every one share is about 1/10 of a Bitcoin. A lot of people call this garbage. I don't. I made a lot of money out of it. And from 300-ish to near the top. That was a good profit. Why don't you see if I can repeat? But didn't happen. It could still. Well, you know, when one man calls this garbage, it's another man's treasure. Usually they call it garbage when they lost the shirt off of it, unfortunately. Something must have happened where they tried to profit from it and then they just lost. Maybe a lot of money. Sorry about that. So here, back to this. Let's go to the Owlery. Oops. That's the 5-minute. Yeah, okay, I'll use the one from Coinbase. So I have this labeled as A, B, C. And the subwave is counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why don't you see if there could be one more higher high on a 5. That's why I bought it to 6,200. In this case, it's 64, 62. By the way, there was one of the graph in the past where I made a very elementary mistake in my labels. I had it as like this. And I wasn't paying attention, obviously, and I was corrected, rightly corrected by a commenter. I cannot recall his name now. And I am grateful for that correction. Where wave 3 cannot be the shortest between 1, 3, and 5. And it was absolutely correct. So here's the thing. If this is wave 1, 2, 3, this decline we're seeing if this is 1, 2, 3, and this 3 counts very well on a subwave, okay. So 1, 2, 3. Nice subwaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we could be doing is simple fourth wave correction, where we have A, B, C. And remember that 5 waves I was counting? Right here. ABC is simply a C wave. Oh, not that one. This makes sense from a short-term perspective. A, ABC for B, and 5 waves for C. Okay. We just need a lower low. One more lower low to put in wave 5. So I think this is what's going on. ABC for 4. Okay. I think this is what's going on. And then this will give 5 to 6,200. Like this. I think we'll go to 5 to 6,200. Hold on, my cat is crying. 1 second. I have 2 cats. Sorry. Very cute cats. So this could be 5. Capital thing. Jeez. it is. Okay. If this is correct, then we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to start seeing an impulse. You're going to have to wait, buddy. After computer. Sorry, my cat's wanting attention. So 3, 4, 5. It'll be like this. So I think we're just seeing an ABC correction in play, the C part, and we're seeing the very end of the C part. For those traders out there who want to see if you can catch this, more than welcome. Ladder in with a few rungs. Put tight stops on. This could be wrong. And this could be right. This pathway. But I still think a bearish wick would be good for us. That bearish wick would be nice. I think it can curl down and then up one more time. But maybe curl down and still a lower low on the MACD, but enable a higher high towards 6,200. So I think it's always a good thing to take a look at a daily. This was some 5-minute, but when I went to the 1 hour, it became more clearer and apparent. Okay. Yep. It's AB 1, 2, 3, 4. If this count is correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, one more 5 is expected, then this is simply an ABC to a 5. Alright, sorry the video is getting a lot longer. I'll end it here. If you have any questions, please let me know.